them, and this is the letter which was written by the World Bank to Delhi Jal Board subsequently, saying that we have considered all your requests, nothing doing, cancel all the bids, invite fresh bids. Accordingly, Delhi Jal Board cancelled all the bids, invited fresh bids, again technical evaluation took place, again PricewaterhouseCoopers lost. And this time PricewaterhouseCoopers got 73% marks. When these results were communicated to the World Bank got back to Delhi Jal Board and said, please give us a score sheet of which member of our evaluation committee gave how many marks to which company. So this score sheet was sent by Delhi Jal Board to the World Bank, and this time the World Bank got back to Delhi Jal Board with this fax message saying that Mr. R.K. Jain, who was a member of the evaluation committee and who had incidentally given the lowest marks to PricewaterhouseCoopers, this is the fax message which came from World Bank, which said that R.K. Jain had not done a good job. So accordingly, Delhi Jal Board removed the marks of R.K. Jain, did a recalculation, and this is a letter from Delhi Jal Board to the World Bank saying, according to your directions, we have removed R.K. Jain's marks, and now PricewaterhouseCoopers qualified and they got this contract finally. Why was our government so helpless before the World Bank? The Delhi's Chief Minister, Delhi Jal Board officials, and the highest bureaucracy of the Delhi government seems to be totally helpless before the World Bank and seems to be succumbing to the pressures of World Bank. So it makes one feel as to whether there are higher and much stronger pressures or forces which are supporting World Bank in this country.
So what the government does with water can result in complete change of political power. It can mean anything. So that was a card we had in our hands, that it could not be something that the government could ignore if it affected people's lives.
Arvind gave a presentation to the Chief Minister, to her officers, and to the Chief Executive Officer of Jal Board, Mr. Rakesh Mohan, and his officers and engineers, where we showed what we had found in these papers. The Chief Minister made it clear that the project wouldn't go on as scheduled, and that Delhi government would take a re-look at it. Then we had a subsequent meeting with the Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Rakesh Mohan of Delhi Jal Board, and he gave us to understand that everything was going on as scheduled, and that there was really nothing was happening, and the matter had been referred to the Planning Commission. And we were told by Mr. Rakesh Mohan that till such time as the Planning Commission gave its comments, things would go on as scheduled.
This is a game that politicians and civil servants play, and we've got to expose this. And this is all part of the process. They will make some promises, they will say things, and they'll contradict each other. I said it before and I'll say it again. It can be X and Y here, it can be Z and P somewhere else. But it's a game they've played since bureaucracies came to exist.
Certainly not in India.
But how do you know that it's still going on as in
Rakesh Mohan told us.
Oh, and this was...
No, Rakesh Mohan also didn't tell us in that many words. So he said, no, हम तो कुछ नहीं कर रहे हैं, हमने consultant से suggestion दिए हैं. अब we have taking suggestions from so many people. So Pricewaterhouse is just one of them. It's not necessary that we follow their recommendations. So why are you making all this hue and cry? We now will ask all the people. If you also have some recommendations, you tell us. So we have not finalized anything. Then we told him that, look, this is your loan application to the World Bank. Is it correct? He said, yeah, this is our loan. So if you are saying that you have not taken any decision, now is this, and you are weighing all your recommendations, is this post this application, this decision to weigh, or does this application stay? He says, yes, this application stays. Have you withdrawn this? No, we have not withdrawn it. Have you written to the World Bank that you are reconsidering it? No, we have not. So is this going on schedule? He said yes. Then what are you talking?
What we found out, and which really gave us this tremendous sense of urgency, was that the loan application of the Government of India for getting 700 crores over 6 years for the Jal Board from the World Bank, that application was going to be signed on 30th November 2005. So when we discovered this in September of 2005, there was a tremendous sense of urgency. This is where our struggle started. This is the very space in which the Right to Water campaign was born. We began with 3 people, Arvind, Suchi and myself. It gradually became bigger and bigger. We were finally 20 people in this room. And then when we became more than 20, 25, we moved from this place. When it became still bigger, we had to move to a 3rd place. There were students, there were NGOs, there were just housewives and lawyers. People felt very strongly, especially the RWAs from all over Delhi, if the government was not going to take action, then we will stop paying our bills.
Yes,
Absolutely.
100%.
The deadline made everybody work more and
we were ready to take to the streets. Agreed, we pay very, the amount we pay for water is a pittance. There's no doubting that fact. So a little bit of hike is just fine, it's justified, but then it has to be justified in the correct manner. It is not for the payment of those people who are coming from the MNCs that we're going to increase our tariff to pay for their salaries. No way. We would like to pay for better services. Why should we sell our water, our fundamental right to water? Why should we be selling it to 4 companies who have failed so miserably everywhere else?
मरे जा रहे हैं, पता नहीं पानी कब मिलेगा हमको। ज़्यादा 2 हाथों में 10 लीटर पानी ले आएंगे, बस इतना ही पानी चल सकता। 10 लीटर में क्या खाना बना लेंगे, क्या नहा लेंगे, क्या बच्चों को नहला लेंगे, क्या झाड़ू पोछा बना कर लेंगे, उसमें क्या क्या कर लेंगे बताओ।
ये जितने झुग्गी झोंपड़ी एरियाज हैं, यहाँ पे अभी पानी की सप्लाई 4 सोर्सेज से आती है। यहाँ पे या तो वाटर टैंकर से होता है, या वहाँ पे हैंडपम्प से होता है, या पाइपलाइन लीक कर रही होती है दूर दूर, वहाँ से झुग्गी झोपड़ी वाले पानी लेके आते हैं, और या वहाँ पे कम्युनिटी टैप्स लगे हुए हैं कुछ एरियाज में। लेकिन इस पूरी स्कीम के बाद ये चारों सोर्सेज बंद कर दिए जाएंगे, तो फिर इनको पानी कहाँ से मिलेगा? तो सरकार कहती है कि 5 फैमिलीज़ को झुग्गी झोपड़ी एरियाज़ में एक साथ आना पड़ेगा। सरकार एक्सपेक्ट करती है इनको महीने में 1 बिल दिया जाएगा और 5 फैमिलीज़ मिलकर डिसाइड करेंगे कि किसका कितना बिल है। अगर आपको इनको ग्रुप कनेक्शन देने भी हैं तो पहले आपको पाइपलाइंस इनके एरियाज़ तक खींच के ले जानी पड़ेंगी। एक भी पैसे की इन्वेस्टमेंट कहीं दिखाई नहीं दी है कि इन पाइपलाइंस को इन झुग्गी एरियाज़ तक खींच के ले जाया जाएगा। तो इसका मतलब नेट रिजल्ट ये हुआ कि आप इनके प्रेजेंट सोर्सेज ऑफ वाटर तो काट देंगे, लेकिन इनको अल्टरनेट सोर्सेज ऑफ पानी सप्लाई नहीं करेंगे। तो 40% दिल्ली की जनता झुग्गियों में रहती हैं। आप चाहें या ना चाहें उन लोगों को, लेकिन दिल्ली में इसके बाद पानी के ऊपर राइट्स होने वाले हैं, इसके ऊपर झगड़े होंगे पानी के ऊपर, अगर आप उनको पानी सप्लाई नहीं करेंगे तो।
बात को आगे रखेंगे। कोई झूठ फैलाने के लिए हम लोग कोई भी नहीं आए हैं, और हम चाहते कि ये लोग होते तो बहुत अच्छा रहता। दिल्ली सरकार, वर्ल्ड बैंक और बीजेपी तीनों, आजकल ये 3 कुर्सियां अभी तक खाली हैं, देखते हैं ये भर जाते हैं। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
आदमी रह सकता है, लेकिन बिना पानी और हवा के लिए
हमें रोकना है तो कुछ ठोस कदम उठाने पड़ेंगे।
तो हमारा कहना है कि हम किसी पार्टी के एफिलिएटेड है और हम आज ये भी कह रहे हैं कि हम किसी आइडियोलॉजी से भी एफिलिएटेड नहीं है। इस मुद्दे पे हम देखना चाहते हैं कि इसकी व्यवस्था कैसी है। हमारा एक शब्द है, आप चाहें तो उसको इस्तेमाल करें, हम कहते हैं पीपल्स पॉलिटिक्स, जनहित और जन राजनीति।
November 2004, I filed an RTI. I came to the Public Grievances Commission once, twice, 5 times and finally got the papers. And within a year, that is by November 2005, a decision of the Government of India had been rolled back.
It's a huge victory. It has impacted it will impact national policy in this country. It will impact water struggles in Chennai, it will influence water struggles in Mumbai, anywhere in the country where there are people who struggle against water privatization. This case will be a phenomenal case from which we will learn.